Welcome to the Cheat Meal Podcast. Today we are going to make wings. Usually just get the Tyson wings from the store, and then we'll be able to cut them up into the drums and the wings and get rid of the little bit at the end. I just hung the GoPro from this light that's above the table. Figured that'd be a great angle so you can see my cutting skills, which aren't great, but they'll do for amateur YouTube videos. So once we get those cut up, we're going to pat dry them with a couple paper towels. Make sure that the wings are nice and dry before adding the dry seasonings, but right before we throw them into the air fryer. For the seasoning, we're going to use a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper, a little bit of Carolina rub. And then once we do that, we'll throw them in the air fryer for 12 minutes at 400 degrees. And then once we get a little bit into that, we'll take those out and toss them in sauce before we finish them off in the air fryer for another 6 minutes. So here we are just tossing the dry ingredients before we put them in the air fryer. Now we're going to make some homemade sauce. For this hot sauce, since other people are going to be eating these wings, I didn't go as hot as I normally do. So just went with some Frank's Red Hot. Got a nice little close-up of my hand there. It's over medium heat. Half a cup of unsalted butter, white wine vinegar, and Worcestershire sauce. Then after you do that, we're going to throw some more dry ingredients in there with garlic powder, cayenne pepper, a little bit of salt and pepper, and really just kind of let that cook down, mix together, whisking as we go, getting the sauce ready to toss into the wings. I still can't believe that's an entire stick of butter for this, but that's why this is the non-healthy version of the two that we're going with. So as you can tell, it's starting to mix down. We're going to bring it to a boil and add more hot sauce because, well, you can't have enough of that. So getting that ready. Once it's all kind of boiled up a little bit, we're going to throw some in a bowl. So when we take the wings out at the 12-minute mark, we'll toss them in the sauce a little bit, and then we'll throw them back in the air fryer for a couple minutes and get them ready to really get crisp up. So there's a nice base layer to that sauce prior to finishing them off with the other layer. Yeah, those look really good, and that's why they're the non-healthy version. So we're going to throw them back in there at 400 degrees into the air fryer. Now that they're done, take them out, mix them in the rest of the sauce, and then get ready to plate them. And the GoPro is back up onto the light. So now we're going to do the healthier version. Same thing, cutting up the wings, cut them at the joints. So you're going to have the drum and the wing, and then cut off the little end of it as well, and then throw that away. So basically, really just want to show off the nice knife skills here. And by that, I mean, I just didn't cut myself. So we'll get those cut up. Then we're going to go through and pat dry them again with the paper towel and get those ready for the dry seasoning and the air fryer as well. So as you can tell, these were a little wetter than most of the wings that we were dealing with earlier today. So individually pat dry them all and throw them into the bowl. I figured I'd go with the bowl this time because they were a little bit more wings than there were in the last package. So going to dry those off, throw them in the bowl. Then we'll add the dry seasonings. We're going to add a little cayenne pepper this time. So it's going to be salt, a little bit of pepper, the Carolina rub, and also a little bit of cayenne. So since there is no sauce there, figured I'd throw a little bit of cayenne to give these wings a little bit more of a kick and get those ready for the air fryer. So throw those in there, 400 degrees, and then we're going to go for about 12 to 18 minutes, checking on them as we go after the 12-minute mark. As you can tell, the other wings are plated and ready to go. Got to get a couple pictures for the gram. Follow us at Cheat Meal Pod and also at Whiskey Pines Nashville to get everything else we're doing. Time to plate. The wings look great. Had to take my sweatshirt off because I was sweating. The GoPro is now down. Excited about what's to come. If you like this, subscribe, follow us, and check us out for the next episode next week when we're going to do some pizza.